Massage, okay. Yeah, me.
It's just the way the adapter is set up. All
Can you
right.
slide it over?
It's okay. It's going to be.
All right, guys, we are here at Olin's. Let's see. Yeah, that just not staying flat in the end. Look at those two beautiful chicks. So, and mom is up on the perch. I'm gonna do a little, maybe. Oh, oh, that's pretty. Nice mantle stretch. How do you get the?
Okay, hang on. Let's do a setup.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So you want to do a little BOGette zoom?
Yeah,
All right.
since it's like so awesome. Oh, oh, I think you're back at zero.
Mm.
Oh, oh, hey, hey.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Man,
Very touchy.
hard to control.
There you go. That's. There you
All right. Leave it. Yeah, so have you kids? These guys are close. Owen's kids are close. We have at least 2 fledges in Ithaca, several fledges around the lake. Several, many. Lots of them are out. And then we have some late ones too. Hey kids, want a flapper flapper?
Mm-hmm. I know everybody doesn't see that, but it's kind of probably annoying for you, right?
Okay. Man, crazy. Okay, for the record, it's like impossible to control the pinch zoom for some reason. It's always head blinked. There we go. That's cool.
Here.
Oh, we are off. Kind of. Can we? Oop. Oh, brother. There we go. Awesome. Sorry. Sorry for all the back and forth. Hey, Bippis. How's the flapping going? I don't know. This chick on the right there, Carl,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a girl. I think that.
You don't think it's a girl?
No, it's pretty small. I'm wondering if Owen has 2 boys this year. Compared to, whoa, you should see some of the massive chicks we saw going around the lake. Wow, there's some serious big ones.
XLs.
Yeah.
Turkey size.
Yes, we called them XL. Oh, is Owen coming? Oh, who's she yelling?
Didn't focus.
Yeah, looks pretty darn good to me. I think it looks awesome. So this week is going to be full of fledges, or for the next week, for us in Ithaca. And I'm guessing around Lansing too, the ones that haven't fledged. Or for the next
Yeah, that's great.
for us in Ithaca. Although we are headed for a bunch of rain, which in a lot of ways, yeah, we need it.
Yep, Nicole is on. Good morning, Nicole again.
Mm.
So, I wonder. I don't know if Nearens.
Oh, distinguishes between GFO and BZ.
It may be.
That's all right. People can get notified about visiting
No,
Owens.
no, I think it may not. It may be.
Yeah, I get it. But if he sends the name of the event, then Yeah, I don't think these kiddos have, with all this activity, they're out on one of the power poles. Oh, Olive tie. Oh yes, we saw several very tired mothers yesterday. Oh boy. One of our Ithaca moms, May, felt so bad. I mean, she and another one were like just ready to boop, face plant. They were so tired. This heat, man, been brutal on them. I mean, it has to have been. Look at beautiful kids. I think the one's watching soccer.
Yeah.
Hello, Kathy and Noel. Thank you for joining us at Owens.
Like, I can check myself right, if I go to my email.
Mm-hmm.
They're beautiful. I'm glad that the kids are still here.
Yeah.
Oh.
What happened?
I see. Yep, GFO came through. Awesome.
And did it say GFO?
No, it says hawk-tastic.
Oh.
But the event is.
Oh, they're fishing hogs.
The event name is GFO 714.
Yeah.
They are hawks.
Fishing hogs.
We could call it rap-tastic.
Yeah. You can call it O-tastic.
O-tastic.
Ask him to add that to the program. Ooh, what are you thinking there, kiddo? You want to fish, Mom? I don't know, Carl. I think Owen may have two boys. Owen usually has some big girls. But these are... What you looking at? Olive? I do not think Owen's going to hear you. Not this far away. Not see him. Hello. Oh, you should have seen some of the chicks. Oh, when we got out of the car and got the scope on them. Oh, Lord. They were just sitting there on the edge and they were triangulating at us, like in pairs. It was adorable. That was cute. And we saw some new nests, which was nice. We went to some areas for Candace that we don't normally do. And we went, just say, all around the countryside. You know what I mean?
Up into the hills.
Yeah,
behind
hills
the
every way,
vineyards. Yeah.
east, west. Wait, and we were also very, very sad to see some nests some nests did not work out that had 3 beautiful chicks the year before and a beautiful nest. So.
But then we had some other nests that last year had difficulty and they were doing well.
Yeah.
Again this year.
So Aunt Barry says every year is different.
Some massive chicks, some pretty young chicks.
Yeah.
Still. So it's could be like 3 weeks, 4 weeks difference sometimes. I think probably in the fledges.
At least 3.
Yeah.
She's definitely asking for a fish.
All right, let me see if I can get that circle thing. Yeah, I don't think I can, but no, it's just the way it is.
Oh, you want to know what was awesome about being on Truth? Do you
No.
miss that?
Yeah. Yes, there are no ducks. And that's pretty soft turf. It's so
Yeah.
much nicer than the AstroTurf when I used to play soccer. Oh my God, it was like running on asphalt with carpet on it. I mean, it was very bad.
Well, this that was awesome. I can say the egg farm.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
I had some
that was surprisingly
buggy,
yeah.
very buggy. I don't know why. Maybe because it's closer to BB.
Well, they haven't mowed it. I don't think they've done much with it.
Yes. Well, I do think that Ithaca should start a clover clover harvesting for something.
Why?
Probably not something legal, but we got enough of it. Good Lord. Your mother is talking to your father. I think she thinks he has super hearing. Okay. That one on the right is definitely not as big as the other. Oh,
What's wait, Birdie saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, weird. Okay, so they were both in the ag pod last evening. Yes, that's true. Bear saw them in the ag pod last evening. So I think that's on the ladder. Yep.
Yep.
So we had them both last in the ag pod, and Ferris still had them there, which was great.
Yes, and of course, not there this morning.
No, no.
I think Olive thinks that. Where's that old one? Well, she can see a long ways, right?
Yeah.
So. Hmm. Olive. Yes, we had lots of osprey moms, even though we were a long way away with the scope,
Yeah.
telling us,
Yelling at us.
yeah, hello, don't look at my kids. Oh, we're stretching. Glad to see you here, Olive. She is not always here now. And chicks get left alone. A little too much for my taste.
Noel's on that. Kathy's on here again. What's this? Well, he's chatting. Anyway.
Not a lot of flapping.
No.
It's interesting. We have not seen last year tons of flapper sizing and then airtime. Just not seeing it this
Not
year.
so much as they're just like going.
Yeah, or they're down.
Yeah.
I think part of it's the heat.
So if you're a soccer fan, today there's a Western Hemisphere has their championship and Europe has their championship today. These girls are every year these kids play so much better.
know when I'm bringing a fish.
Is a chick watching
Yeah,
soccer?
yeah. Or he's always watching the people over there in the hillside.
Oh, on the hillside. It's interesting. Well, I didn't get a chance to do my race.
Oh, I don't think that's spring. Well, we thought we might get to show you some flapping, but
Well, at least you still have those chicks in the nest.
mhm,
They don't really look like they want to go.
no.
Today's the official first day though for them, right? Sledge
Yesterday,
Oh, yesterday?
yeah, but we
Well, I'm
Lots
just saying that these guys aren't in any hurry. I think maybe it'll be next week.
yeah.
Decide to go.
I mean, you know, this is all trying to do the best we can. So could be off. They must be practicing really late at night or something. They're flapping. Or early in the morning, I don't know. But those kids definitely don't look like they're ready to rock and roll. Oh yes, Aunt Barry got to see some serious airtime on the one we were watching two nests. And so that's one nest where we did see flapper sizing and then serious airtime, but we were at the other nest, so we saw that in the distance. But that's like the only nest.
Yes, Kathy, there was a hawk stream before.
Yep.
Kathy, are you signed up with your email with Nearing?
Yeah, you can get an email, an automatic email from Nearin when we go live. So just send it to Nearin, which is a cap NIREN, and then it is KB2024@gmail.com. So everything else is lowercase except the first cap N. Who is that in the distance? Way out there. Is that Olin? I don't know. That'd be a red tail. So small, can't tell. Whoop. Yellow. What do you think, kiddos? You're pretty parked. Hiding in the shade, so hopefully the phone won't overheat. All right, we'll give Owen another 10 minutes or so, and then, but these kids are, well, at least at the moment, we've got lots of kids to check, so. Oh, it looks awesome. No? I mean, over cellular, optical, and digital. Oh.
It's cool. So I do still like it, but it's the only thing is it's not kind of a level I was doing, but I was a little bit because I'm doing it from home. So, but you get I have tons of music.
I'm Mom's asleep.
I know. That's what I mentioned about May and the other female yesterday, ready to go. Doink. We're so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That is so true.
He's yelling at soccer. Oh, I see. There's someone. Oh, they're on the other side of the fence line. Yeah, she's not a fan of
Oh,
them.
they like a little nest.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, you should. Yesterday, one of the nests we stopped at, which very happy to say. So they built on a power pole last year in the spring or late fall. NYSEG did install a riser, thank God. So they're up. It's a nice new family. Um, anyways, when we got there, we're driving down this semi-paved road, and we see this osprey flying around, kind of like a harrier, and we're like, "What is going on? You know, is that a harrier? Or is that really an osprey?" And it was an osprey, and somebody had this beautiful puppy that they just let run loose, and the dad did not like that at all. It turned out to be the dad. And then get this, after he did all this flying around and sort of, I mean, he didn't swoop at it, but he was low, right, and sort of trying to herd the dog, I guess is the way to say it.
Oh, yeah.
But then he landed on a power line, right, just like a red tail. It was fascinating. And he stayed there. He was there like almost the whole time we were there. I mean, he then, I should say, he then did get up on the perch. He was a very proud papa with his family. But we've seen kestrels do it, right? And songbirds and red tails love to do it. But yeah, that was the first to see an osprey on a power line. Doink, doink, swing.
Of course, you had the chicks down at Cervantes chick on the power line.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we didn't like that. Yeah, so we did. That's true. Carl's right. I did have a chick get caught in fishing line that was wrapped around a power line last year, and that I can tell you, it's one of those things where your mind runs a million miles an hour, and I'm thinking, okay, how can I help this chick at all? And I mean, I looked around, when something like that bad is happening, I'm not taking pictures. I mean, I took a couple, but that was before I realized the chick was in trouble, and then I was trying to assess, okay, what can happen here? And then I realized, wow, I mean, the only thing that can be done is to call the fire department, see if they can come and help. But the chick got its talons caught in the fishing line that was wrapped around the power line, and it hung. So as these seconds, were going by, eventually was hanging upside down, from the fishing line before it was able to get itself loose. It was pretty scary. That was one of the scary end of season moments last year. But on the plus side, I have to hand it to NYSEG. So we notified them, and we actually just asked them to clean up the power lines. Try to remove all the fishing line, and we wanted to talk to the park, because what happens is the fishermen they cast off and right where all those power lines are. Anyways, NYSEG went above and beyond, I have to say. I mean, they took out all those power lines there, And to be honest with you, they weren't in use. So it was just dangerous. I mean, it was dangerous to other birds too, I can say. So they took them all out. And so this season, they are not there. So that's a plus for them, no? I mean, because that had to have been some work, getting that out.
Hi.
I know. I brought out my big camera to take pictures of those birds earlier. Are they osprey?
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know you'd have. So I'm from San Diego, California.
Oh, nice.
And we have osprey.
Yeah.
So I thought they were mostly coastal.
On the coast.
Oh,
But no.
Yeah,
Because-
no.
Is it because of the Finger Lakes?
yeah, yeah. So Cuga Lake in 2010, we had 5 osprey nests, and we now have 222 from here to Montezuma. Yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and
so
most
there
of them are-
birds, right? Baby birds in there, right? Or
Yeah,
they're
the 2 in the nest
juveniles?
are babies.
Okay.
Yep, and the one up on the perch is mom. Yeah, so you'll be here for a bit. You'll see Dad bring in a fish.
We saw.
Oh,
I
you
think
saw
we
'em?
Saw it yesterday.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
That's great.
yeah,
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
yep,
Yeah. Okay, I'm so glad you guys were here.
Yeah.
You follow them and.
yeah. We monitor all the ospreys in Ithaca. So we have 3 on Cornell property, and then we have 7 down at the south end of the lake. Yeah, and we help with some of
We
the
did
others
that
also.
yesterday. We did 8 hours of
Yeah,
surveying the lake yesterday
yeah, count
'cause
chicks.
to count chicks, because it's like, the fledging time, so trying to count them before they fledge.
Yeah.
And there are other people that count too, so.
Yeah, so we work with a retired biologist from the lab who's an osprey, guru. And so she's, she studies them.
Do you work with the
And-
Cornell School of Ornithology?
No, I actually work in the Dean's Office in Arts and Sciences.
Okay.
And Karel works for Alumni Affairs.
Okay.
But we do work with the lab on some
Yep.
things. And like we
Okay.
partner with our osprey expert on, conservation for ospreys.
Well, so I was gonna say, what has caused the increase? Like, why? How?
Lot- Well, ospreys are, well, you know why right, the DDT, right? So that was a
Yes.
huge decline. So when I was a kid, they weren't around. Not really. You know what I mean? But part of they're resilient, right? They'll nest where kids are playing soccer or baseball.
Yeah, it's at our
Whatever.
soccer field too in San Diego.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly the same.
Is that
the
the-
nest
oh,
is right on the lights.
interesting. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, so we worked with Cornell Athletics to get this, because he actually built it. He built the original nest on the double power poles. And so athletics was great. Turned the lights off because it would have burnt the nest, right? Or could have. So then the next spring, we, got this up so that they're safe, right? Off
It's
the,
not on the light.
yeah, we didn't put it
And
there
is that
naturally.
why that perch is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a riser.
Yeah, it's a riser.
That's why it's not right on the light like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
is yours right on the light?
It can't be.
No. It's
No,
not.
oh, okay.
Well, I can show you a picture.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, you're
This is my pastime when I'm up to be at the soccer field
Yeah.
for a long time. Okay, go on.
Yeah, yeah.
but-
So NYSEG around the lake, right, has put up, mostly NYSEG, not all NYSEG, but because some private property owners have put up poles also, and we did some on another place at Cornell. They put up these dedicated poles, or risers on power poles.
interesting.
Yeah, so, between those two, thankfully.
Does.
I mean, the hardest thing for ospreys really, because around here, right, the DEC loads in tens of thousands of fish
Mhm.
every spring, right? So they do have a food supply.
It's
Oh,
like,
yes, it's on the,
It's kind of
It's
there.
right on
yeah,
the
it's
tower.
right in the thing. You should, yeah,
So,
Should I say
yeah,
something?
yeah, you should. You might want to work with them to get a riser.
It's on the light.
Yeah, show them this.
I will show them. I took pictures this morning,
Yeah.
so I'll show
Yeah,
them.
so what's the company?
it's Musco Lighting that does
Musco.
most of the field
Athletic
lighting
fields around
athletic
the
around the
country.
country.
Musco.
Yeah.
MUSCO.
MUSCO.
Yeah. And
If-
so they basically have got a,
They have a riser section that's already approved, right? Because we had to go through all this stuff for insurance purposes.
so like the wind loading and stuff like that, so it's
Yeah.
wind resistant
Oh, Carl.
and things like that, so. Um,
Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you
My
guys.
mother-in-law is involved with the Cornell School of Ornithology.
Oh
Is
wow,
she-
nice.
Do you know anyone there? No.
Yeah,
Oh,
we know a
work
lot of
with
people
the-
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know Wendy Paulson?
No,
Okay.
no, sorry.
She,
That's
no,
not.
she was,
So, are you from
she's-
Ithaca? You
No,
live in
she's from Barrington, from Chicago.
Oh,
But she comes in and
Oh.
is part of the board, I think.
oh wow.
Got it,
Oh,
got it,
okay.
got it.
So she's on the board.
Here, yeah, here's
Yeah.
mine with like a fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, that's one of your
It's
adults.
not a
gorgeous.
great picture,
That's-
but
that's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
Is
that
that
one's
an
a,
iPhone picture?
no, that was
Oh, I was
photo.
gonna
No,
say.
no.
Is that the
Yeah.
dad?
Pretty good.
Yeah, is that the dad? Can you? How do you tell?
Yeah, that's an adult. Yeah, see the yellow eyes?
yes.
Yep. So adults have yellow eyes. Chicks have
Like an orange eye.
orange or red. It depends kind of on the lighting. Yeah, and the other thing, so the adults, you see how mom looks kind of black? Her
Yes.
feathers are,
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
The chicks, they look like they're speckled, but they have just white tips at the ends of their feathers. And, so once they have their first molt,
So-
next year, then they'll be dark.
Here, come
like
have a look.
mom.
You can see the.
We were
Yeah,
asking what that is. What kind of bird is that?
Yeah, osprey.
See, they got, see, they
Look at
got
how
the-
good their image is.
Look, see, they got little white tips
Oh
there.
my goodness. That's amazing.
I can't believe
you did that with a wow.
phone.
Yeah, with a phone.
Oh, is it a binocular or what is
It's a
that?
scope.
Scope.
Yeah.
You just connect the phone to the scope?
Yep.
Wow. You're gonna get one.
That's
That's really good.
I'm gonna take a picture to show my husband. This is the setup we need.
So that's.
Oh,
what it looks
wow.
like. But this is
Oh, that's such a
before we
good
zoomed in.
image.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah,
So
over
you
cellular.
see the
So it's-
little dots.
It's
So they have
Oh,
little
I
wingtips.
see.
The tips of their feathers,
They've
Or
been
just little
here, this
white
family, the
tips.
dad came in
and that's
2014,
a
how you
chick.
know.
but the nest
That's how
fell
you can
down.
tell
That's
it's
kind
a
of like
chick.
how
When he built
hawks are
this one,
too, right? Because they're like at
and then
least
we
some of the
put
hawks
them
in
up
San
Yeah.
Diego, I feel like they are like they
the
look
rifle.
whiter
Is that
on
what
there.
specifically?
Well,
what that was
like
built
the
for?
red tail
'Cause I know
hawks.
they're
I mean,
like,
you guys,
we
you have
work
dark
with
morphs
Cornell Athletics
out
to
in
give them a
California and
seat.
stuff like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Here we have lighter morphs, but
Athletics
they have
wanted
like
to,
belly
right?
bands on them,
Okay.
and their tails have like stripes
But
to
they were
them.
great.
They're sort of reddish, but
Uh-huh.
they're not really reddish.
Yes,
They're, you know what I mean?
yes,
They're a little bit
yes.
more of a
Yeah.
brown,
Yep.
and they've got some stripes, and they'll
Yep.
have maybe a subterminal band, and then a white terminal band.
Mhm.
So that, and they're longer.
well,
Their feathers
yeah,
are,
they
their
used
tails are longer
Yes.
But in
than the
places
adults.
where
And the
you live,
adults
Yes.
then
like
get
in the
shorter
middle of the
tails.
country,
They get
maybe
shorter
much
everything.
less, you know what I mean?
The
But, like,
chicks,
she's from,
juvenile red tail hawks, and
Yeah, we're
these
from
kids,
California too.
Oh, you're
th-
from-
their
yeah.
their feathers are as
Oh,
long as
okay.
they'll ever
Yeah,
be,
so on the coast,
and then they
we
tend to
live in
shrink
the
up.
States,
a little bit.
Okay, okay.
Florida.
Oh, that's so
So they
interesting.
do that so they can fly easier,
but-
and they have the long tail because
Sorry.
not the ospreys, but the
Yeah, right here. Oh, that's mom.
Check that out.
It's really cool.
That's awesome. Wow.
That's so neat.
here you can see it here a little
So
better.
cool. Can you airdrop that photo to me? I want to show my mother-in-law. I want to text her. And be like,
Did you guys just get like one of the big
I have to
lifts
show
up
you
there
something.
to
Yes,
That must have been
athletics
fun.
paid. Yes, it was a huge 135-foot lift that we had to have. Yeah,
We did it actually in the middle of winter
Oh, God,
in
yes.
March. So here's
it was
a
wow.
freezing, and they
Oh my
paid to have
gosh.
someone plow a plow
Wow,
to come out
that's
and clear the
beautiful.
path.
It is beautiful. Those are
Yeah.
such
Because you had to
beautiful
have it
shots.
up before they came back.
Yeah.
right,
That's
you
so
know.
That's amazing.
Where do they?
You want his
Is
photo?
it possible to
They
text it or airdrop
South
it?
well, you can
America.
Oh,
Take a picture.
take a
That's
picture.
a good
yeah,
idea. That's a
it's
good
on
idea.
And that's what I was
YouTube.
gonna say to her, that's the
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, we're streaming live right now.
Oh, what's your YouTube?
You know,
Oh,
down and
oh,
down.
look at that.
But we have some couples like Olin.
What's
like I
the-
said,
what's
he's been
the
here
It's,
since
so if you
2015. You know,
if you
there's
look up
several dads. I mean,
BOGette,
they'll live into their 20s in the wild. You know, maybe.
BOGette,
Oh well, they're actually.
so it's
Well,
gonna be-
we know one that's
BOGette.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Montana.
Okay.
And if
then
you
that's
in,
the YouTube?
That's the
Europe,
YouTube.
there was
It'll
one
be
that I think
Karel
was
and
59.
BOGette.
Yeah,
BOGette.
that's a lot.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
go right
Very cool.
across Africa.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah,
thanks for
so-
Oh, I
talking
see.
to
You're
us.
live. Oh no, that's 2 weeks ago.
If you go on
This
the
is you,
live,
though.
if you go on the live, so click on the live,
Karel
click on
and BOGette
live,
like that.
yeah,
Yes,
and
but-
that right there,
having a nest.
and that's
Right, so
what's
Oh my
happening here.
gosh, that's so
She's
nice.
water right down on the
That is
lake.
really cool.
But
Yeah,
so
you're
Olin,
welcome.
he's
Absolutely,
definitely,
wonderful that you have a beautiful nest out there.
It's been it's fun. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
And they bring
So
fish in all the
that's
time.
mom and
But
dad.
usually, right,
Yeah,
like
two babies.
evening
Got two
time.
babies up there?
Yep.
Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
usually, at least for us.
Yeah,
Or
his
like that's
dad
when I'm
is-
there.
he's
Yeah.
either
So that's when I see it.
relaxing
Yeah,
or he's off
they do their early morning
Uh huh.
you know,
Yeah.
The
fish
dad
and
is the
stuff like
main,
that,
you
and
know,
if kids
fish
are
provider.
um,
That's
like
his job. Mom's job. Is to
middle of the
care of
afternoon, like
people.
early, after afternoon, like
In
1,
general.
2 o'clock and stuff like that. The
Because
kids
they
will be
should-
hungry, and if it's a hot day, then they'll bring in another fish. And then
But these
evening
guys,
time,
you know,
is
works out. They can go
most
to beaches,
you're
they
seeing
can
them
go
mostly in the
fishing, they go
evening.
to-
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was saying. But of course, that's when I'm there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
so I'm sure there's more activity that I'm not seeing.
No, it's
That's very cool.
and so your nest is you're in San Diego, right? So are they going to the ocean or are they going to
They're
rivers?
they're going to the ocean, but it's also a bay. Like it's Mission Bay.
Yeah,
We're at
yeah,
Mission
of
Bay
course.
High School, and so they're very close to a bay, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
the ocean basically. But I've seen them like basically fishing right off like the
Right
bay.
off the
One
shore,
time
yeah.
we had down
That's
at the
crazy.
lake, we didn't
It's
even know
crazy.
what it
Oh,
was.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they'll tolerate, it doesn't matter
looks like
whether
a
it's a
needle nose
crummy
snake.
day or not,
You know what I mean?
like
I mean,
windy
it doesn't
or,
look like a fish.
gaily or
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
really,
you
like,
guys
you know
contend
what
with a
I mean?
lot more weather, right? Like we don't have.
It was a
No,
long
you
while,
actually are,
it
that's what I
was.
was gonna say. There's a
like,
difference
wow, we
between the
didn't have
West
those
Coast. I
things.
think you guys have a more stable fish environment than on the Atlantic side. So we have, I mean, you asked like, or somebody asked why they were doing well here.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So part of it is because yes, the streams are stocked. The lake is really really healthy and clean, and it's like 40 miles long, right?
Right.
And so there are shelf areas in the lake at the south end and then at the north end and in between. And so there's places for the ospreys to fish out in the lake where they don't have to go to, because they don't dive too deep. They dive like 3 or 4 feet down, which is a long way, right?
Yes.
But if this lake is hundreds of feet deep
I was
in
gonna say, I'm
parts,
sure it's super
right?
deep. Yeah.
So you got to have the shelf areas, and they fish the streams. You know what I mean? Coming in, they fish the lakes, and then there are ponds.
Yes, I was just telling
So-
this gentleman.
So there are the koi ponds and stuff
Yeah.
like that, where
Yeah,
especially
expensive dinners.
especially
So
like
they'll
when
come in and they'll take koi.
they'll do it especially like when the female when they first come together.
Yeah, it's a gift.
It's like a
Right.
gift. He'll go out and he'll get her a beautiful.
Something
They'll get him a
pretty.
beautiful orange koi,
Yeah.
and bring it to the nest for his mate. Or when
I
they have a
never knew
first egg or a hatch,
Yeah, we've
then,
seen that.
then
down-
they'll
yeah.
bring something beautiful into the
Oh,
nest for
guys,
their
that's so
female to
cool.
eat.
Wow.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of food here. The Atlantic
Thank
is much
God.
less stable because they, especially like in Florida and stuff like that, they're super reliant on the state of the ocean. And if the ocean is a mess, everything's a mess. It's not like they have an alternate source like they do here. If we have a lot of rain and we have a lot of runoff into the lake or something like that, then they'll go to a pond or
Right.
they'll go
Yes. You guys
out
have
to
a lot
the-
of bodies of water.
or they'll
Yeah.
go out to the edge of the runoff
Mhm,
where the fish gather right at the edge of the murk
mhm.
and stuff, and they'll get fish. So it's been pretty.
That's
pretty
why I'm super happy to hear that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It means, yeah, so
Yeah.
good job. You guys are doing your job.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing a fantastic.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So make sure you
I'm gonna
look into for your family there.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I absolutely will. I
Yeah.
know who the people are that are in charge of the fields. Like
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
definitely work
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah, because I can, we do have issues, and that is another scary thing for ospreys is electrocution.
so that won't be an issue at your nest because all the power shielded and stuff like that. It can, and the lights are probably okay too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
But-
would just ask them.
But you should have an ask. So I mean, when we did this one here, it was actually several months worth of conversation because they wanted to put it on those power poles there, and then we're talking about lightning, and then we're talking about wind loading, the whole 9 yards, right? And so when we actually did it, the shops built the box, which they did a beautiful box. So that's one thing. Also, if you actually put up a box, just got to make it big. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So a
Yes.
minimum of 3 feet by 3 feet. You want to
Okay.
do 2 by 6, and see those perches there. So
Yes.
come look at the
Yeah.
perch here.
Yeah,
Yes.
that perch is amazing.
So they have 2 perches.
Yeah, and see the grooves.
See, there's horizontal
Right,
grooves
so they
there,
can- so they
so they can
Yeah,
put their
put their
talents
talents
in.
right
Right.
in there.
And
You
they're
won't see that on all the nests around here, but we think that's a
So was
nice
that
feature.
custom made or?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
So we make all of our nice egg makes
Nice egg makes.
makes a little bit more of a trimmed down
Yeah, basic.
basic box. The ones that we put out tend to have like between 5 and 6 feet between the perches, so the nest can get as big as it wants to get, and you'll always have a perch. And the other thing that we do, the last thing, is that like this nest here, the perches are offset into the wind, into the west, so they're not right in the center of the box. Where the prevailing wind is, you move the perches toward the wind direction it's coming in. So like here it's coming from the west, so the perches are that way. That way the birds will always come in when they fly in, especially the chicks.
Yeah.
They fly into the wind, and there'll be a lot of room for them to land.
Okay, that's amazing too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
will I see more about like the purchase stuff on the YouTube? Like, will you guys?
Oh, you know what? If
There's 2 YouTube events.
yeah,
is that
if
right?
you go to the channel, Carl gave you the link. right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can search. There's
Okay.
a building an osprey nest box that
Oh, okay.
Carl and our friends that help us, they describe
Okay.
the whole thing.
And then we also have one
Yep.
up there of installing them, right?
Yes,
at
yes,
the-
and
at the research
an
pond.
installation. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
So you'll see them.
I'm gonna work on it.
Which will
Okay.
be different than
Awesome.
this. I mean, for you,
Yeah,
you'll,
yeah,
you'll
yeah,
have to
that's
have a
okay.
lift truck if they do
Yeah.
put
Yeah, like
something
we
up
did.
there.
Yeah, like this
right?
gentleman was saying, you must have had a big lift truck.
And so Cornell did it. Like.
Yeah,
they-
so we-
yeah,
so-
we raised some money, was part of it.
With the lab.
But yeah, with the help of the lab, but not nearly enough to cover the costs. And athletics just helped with everything.
Yeah, athletics,
Yeah.
basically, it was like March, and we had like 2 feet of snow on the ground. And so they got a highway plow. They don't have those in San Diego, but
No. We're in Wisconsin, where I'm from originally. Yeah. We
But-
do not have plows.
yeah, but they actually plowed down the road, and they plowed around the corner of this grass and around the corner of the fence to the base of the pole, and then we had a huge lift truck, and we had the nest in storage because the Candace wanted to study the nest. So we had taken it down from that pole. She had put it in storage. So we brought the box and the nest and the riser and all the equipment and stuff like that, and so the electricians.
Yeah, so that's something. If you do do a riser, you ideally. Oh,
There's a
got
hole.
little
See it
flapping.
right there? A little.
Huh?
Right behind the green box. No,
Oh.
right
Oh.
on the ground. Right
Oh,
behind
there's
the
a
green
bowl?
box there was a little.
Oh,
Oh, there was.
There's a
Okay.
little bowl. He's actually right behind the box.
oh.
He
What was
might-
I saying?
He might scare them.
No, wiring down the nest.
No. I was no. What I wanted to say is, take your nest down. You know what I mean? Try to keep it as
Mhm,
as intact
intact.
as much as humanly possible, right? And then you can put that back in, when you do it,
That's
because they are sort of quote wedded to their nests,
That makes perfect
ospreys.
sense.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you'll wire the nest into the box, and then
Carefully.
and then the box will be screwed into the riser. The riser is just basically a riser, and then it's got about 4 prongs
Got
that
it.
stick out like that with flanges on the end.
Okay, uh-huh.
Set the box in, screw it in, and then set the nest in
Yeah.
into the box, wire it in first. You know what I mean? And
Got it.
then go up on the lift truck. But so I mean the riser will go up first,
Mhm.
and then the nest will go in the box, and then the nest will go up, set into the riser, and then screwed in, and you're good to
Very
go.
cool. Okay.
And then you attach your cam, your live stream cam.
There you go.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, I have a lot to talk to the high school about.
Yeah, you do actually. You have a big project going.
All right, well, thank
But
you guys
anyway.
so
Okay.
much. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
nice
yeah.
to
Take
talk
care.
to you both.
Yes.
Yeah, my name's Phoebe, so if I ever
Oh.
comment on anything,
Nice
I'm
name.
Phoebe Ketzel. So.
Very
Okay.
nice.
All right, but nice
Awesome.
to meet you guys.
Same
Take
here.
care. All right, hubby.
Yeah,
I think
probably
we
oughta
gotta rocked and roll. We had a little bit of flap in there.
Okay.
Well, that was nice. Awesome people here, as usual, to chat with. All right, I'm sure Olin will come right after we're heading down the road.
Interesting place to put the
Thank you for joining us. We think we probably still have 2 nest eggs here,
Yeah, I think so.
so we will be checking. All right, everybody, take care. You guys be good. You too, Mom. Actually, I'm talking to you more than I am the kids. Be good. You're very close, Mom. Bye. All right, bye-bye.